Already mic testing, mic testing. Okay, perfect. Let me go to my main camera. Alrighty, we're live, and as you guys can tell by the title and thumbnail, today I'm going to be going over more game logic in Unreal Engine 5 using C++. That's it. Last stream I did go over some game logic, but since I did like stream Genshin for like 2.5 hours, I just streamed like whatchamacallit, my Unreal Engine for 58 minutes. Today I'm going to be working more, and I did like actually get ChatGPT to make me a whole roadmap type stuff, so I'm going to be following that as well. That's let's go to my gameplay screen. There we go. Okay, let's say something like, let's say live exclamation. Okay guys, I thought that I'd work more on like a specific logic because I've been trying to like work on learning the different functions and syntaxes. I think I can like learn them along the way, if that makes any sense. That said, Hiding Pixels, I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, listen up everyone. This stream just got serious. Today is not about pretty light shiny particles or flexing graphics. Today is about game logic, the invisible engine that makes a game alive. Anyone can drag assets into a level, anyone can copy a tutorial, but very few people sit down and teach a game how to think. Okay, what you're watching right now is the part most people quit at: confusing, messy, humbling. And that's exactly why it matters. If you stay through this, really stay, you'll start seeing games differently. You'll stop playing them like a consumer and start seeing them as a creator. People, straighten your back, focus your eyes, stop wasting time, and let's build this brain of a game in Unreal Engine 5. We're not rushing, we're not pretending, we're doing real work, and real work changes people. Okay, that's it. Let me say something like, let's say, so what do we, so let's go with something like, what do we start with today, question mark. Okay, so if I were to like scroll a little up, this is like the roadmap that I just created like real quick. So it first says foundations, actors, spawn, characters. I know what that does. I know what components are. I know what take versus timers, but I don't know how to like use them properly. I know what input system is. I know what blueprint does. Phase 2, game mode, game state, play state. Okay, and then health, damage, death flow, state, machines, ideally attack, dead, no chaos, interfaces talk without dependency, event dispatchers. Okay, I think phase 2 is what I gotta work on. So let's go ahead and copy that. Okay, so I think that I know phase 1. So can we work on phase 2, question mark? Okay, let's go ahead and paste, and let's say, can you explain me the first part, like what is a game mode, game state, player state. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me actually just get this a bit lower and check if everything's going good. So there we go. Okay, let's get this all the way there. Let's get that there. There we go. Okay, good. You're not asking for toys, you're asking for control. Phase 2 is where a game stops being a scene and starts being a system. Focus. This part decides whether your project lives or dies. Game mode, the law of the world. Game mode is the rulebook of the game. It decides what the pawn the player spawns as, what happens when someone dies, how the game starts and ends, win/lose. I have like used the game mode stuff a few times, but I don't know what it actually does. Like, what's the role of it? That's a game mode exists only on the server. That means it's a authoritative, is that how you pronounce it? No opinions, no arguments. Think of game mode like a referee. The referee doesn't care how you feel. The referee enforces the rules. Examples. Okay, game state, the shared truth. Game state is the public scoreboard. Oh, I see. It stores information everyone needs to know. Okay, matches time, score, remaining enemies, current phase of the game. Unlike game mode, game state exists on the server and clients. Okay, that's magic, it replicates. I think I'm trying to see what this means. Think of game state like a giant digital display in an arena. Everyone sees the same numbers, no one can control the rules, they just read the state. If it's global information, it lives here. Player state, who you are in the system. Player state is the player's identity. It stores player name, score, skill/death, team, persistent player data. Player state survives spawn death. Your character can die, your player state does not. Think of player state like a passport. Your body changes, your identity remains the same. I think I see. Okay, Goo Goo Gaga guys, Goo Goo Gaga is kind of crazy. That's it. It's kind of funny. The fun fact is like, whatchamacallit, yesterday when I was scrolling through a shot, I did like hear that somewhere. That said, if the player respawns and still has the same score, the same name, the same state, the data belongs to player state. The golden separation, burn this in your brain. Game mode decides the rules. Game state shares the current truth. Player state stores the player's identity. Okay, I think I see. Okay, let's see something like I see ... So I installed UE5 and I know how to create widgets on my window and work with actor. Let's go with something like actor, character, or let's go with, okay, I don't think that I'm that good with working with fonts yet, but I know how to work with actor, character, user widgets. Can we do some kind of practice question mark? I do have meshes and PNGs as well. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's actually kind of loading. Okay, good. You're ready to have the tools. Now we find out if you can think like a system designer or if you're just clicking buttons. Focus. We're doing a real practice, not playtime. Practice setup. What we're building, no shortcuts. We're going to build a mini core game loop. Okay, one player, health system, UI health, proper ownership using game mode, game state, play state. Not AI yet, no combat flash, just clean logic. Step 1. Architecture, don't touch UI yet. Create these things, BP underscore game mode underscore core. Okay, here's the thing. I forgot to say one thing. Let me scroll all the way up here. Let me say something like ... And I usually prefer coding using C++ and not blueprints. I can use blueprints if it's necessary. Okay, let's see. Or makes things easier. Okay, let's see. Is this GPT Pro? Honestly, it is like the regular chat GPT, like the free version. That's it, good. Finally, now we're cooking with Fire instead of talking about Fire. You know the tools, you have assets, you prefer C++. That means we do real practice, not toddler level blueprint clicking. Sit up, this is a control drill, not a toy project. Practice goal phase 2 part 1. Okay, you will build a clean core game loop using C++ first with UMG only for display. By the end, you will have a player with health, damage applied by an actor, death decided by game mode, UI reacting via game state / player state. I love these generation / the post-Gen Z. They're much more critical than pre-Gen Z. Honestly, it does actually make sense. That said, no chaos, no god objects, okay? Practice structure, pay attention. We're doing these in stages, okay? Stage 1, class setup, no logic yet. You will create these C++ classes. Your game mode base, I have worked with this, so I know how to create them. Your game state base, your player state, your character health widget. Do not code randomly, just create them and compile. This is laying foundation, not flexing. What each class is responsible for, no cheating. Character holds current health only, can revive damage, does not decide death. Player state holds max health, holds player name / score even if unused. Game mode decides what happens when health hits 0. Game state broadcasts global state if needed later. Widgets read health, never changes health. I think I'm trying to understand what this actually kind of means. Rules of this drill, no blueprints. Okay, first practice task, do this. Task 1, broken code. Guys, I love broken codes, I miss this so much. I'm gonna give you a broken code C++, you will fix it without telling me how. Okay, without me telling you how. So I have a U property that says edit anywhere, float current health, void take damage, okay? In your C++, void your character take damage. Okay, current health damage. This is wrong in multiple ways. Okay, so I'm assuming I gotta go ahead and create a character class first. So I'm gonna go ahead and open my Unreal Engine. Are you building your Porto? Honestly, I am like working for my programming for 250 series, and my goal by the end of that series is to make a game in general that consists of AI logic in it. That said, I'm gonna go ahead and create a C++ class real quick. So let's go with something like class. I'm gonna go ahead and call this something like maybe my mage class, let's go with something like mage. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and create a class. Now it's adding to project. While it's adding to project, I might actually read the instructions again. Okay, so apparently, let's try to see what's wrong here. So I went ahead and created a U property for edit anywhere. Okay, then I created a void take damages function that requires a floating point damages parameter. I think this is current health and that is damage. That could be wrong. And let me just reload this real quick. Let's remove the Unreal Engine configuration. There we go. Okay, now let's get t/chatgpt back up here. Okay, in your C++, your character take damage, float damage, current health equals to damage. Okay, I see current health and there's my damage. I think it actually looks kind of correct. This is wrong in multiple ways. Identify what is logically wrong. Tell me what responsibilities are being violated. Do not jump into full solution. The only thing I can think of is that it says edit anywhere and not visible anywhere, because I haven't learned about edit anywhere. Okay, maybe let's go ahead and say something like, let's say is the could it be the edit anywhere, because I haven't learned about it. I know what visible anywhere does and think that in my U property. Okay, let's go with something like property. It needed a visible anywhere's parameter. Okay, how are you doing, neighbor? I appreciate you guys joining the stream. What type of game are you trying to make? What's the reference or inspiration? Honestly, I am just trying to make a basic game with AI logic. I don't know much about it, but for the time being, I am working on learning a few basic functions and syntax. For example, right now I'm on phase 2 that actually teaches me what does game modes mean, what does game states mean, what does I think there was one more. There was game mode, game state, and I think there is something called a. There we go. Okay, one is the player state as well. So I gotta learn what these three stuff means, and then I could work much better with them. That's it. Okay, that's it. Let's see. Stop freeze. This is exactly why I made you analyze. You spotted a problem, but you missed the problem. And I'm not mad. I'm disappointed and proud at the same time. First, about edit anywhere versus visible anywhere. No. Edit anywhere is not the core issue. Quick correction so your brain doesn't rot. Edit anywhere means the value can be edited in the editor. I see visible anywhere means it can be seen but not edited. Using edit anywhere for health is dangerous. Yes, because designers or future you at 3 a.m. can accidentally change it. But that is not what breaks the game logic, so good instincts, but that's a secondary concern, not the crime scene. Now listen carefully, this is where most dev brains snap. Look at this line, current health equals to damage. Read it loud, current health equals to damage. Should I subtract it or should I go with minus equals to damage? Read it out slowly. You're saying my health becomes the damage, so if damage equals to 25, health is 25. Okay, even worse, responsibility violation. Ask yourself, who decides how damage affects health? Who decides what happens at 0 later? Right now, your character accepts the damage, decides the health, implicitly controls the death flow. That's a god object starting to form, and god objects kill games slowly. Other silent problems you haven't said yet, but you should notice. I'm not giving solutions, just the wounds, not claiming to. I think I see. Let me see something like. Let's say let's go with something like what do you think I should do now? Maybe work on a instructional based question that you can tell me to do step by step, and I can ask you questions. Let's go with something like questions if I have any question mark. Okay, because I did create a character class and named him Mage. Should I create a game mode or something like that question mark? Okay, let's see. And guys, give me a sec. I think there's some background noise. Let me actually just close my door real quick. Guys, I'll be right back. Already back. Okay, let's come back here again. Okay, let's close my OBS real quick. That's it, yes, finally, that's the sentence right there. That's you switching from confusion mode to builder mode. Good. Hold on to that feeling. Now I'm taking control. You don't randomly create classes, you follow orders. Instructional drills, phase 2, step 1. No broken code this time. Pure engineering. You already have a mage character. Good, that's the body. Now we build the brain. Step 1, create a custom mode. Mandatory. Yes, you must create a game mode. Without it, you have no rules, just vibes. Do this. Create a C++ class. Hello, brother. Do you remember me? Honestly, I do remember you, Nikhil. How you been? Okay, create a new C++ class. Parent it to game mode base. Name it something like AMage game mode. Do not add logic here, just create and compile. Why? Because the game mode owns the rules, will later decide that. Okay, so for my step 1, parent it to game mode base. How do I do that part? Okay, tell this level to user game mode. Unreal will not guess. Open your level, go to world settings, set game mode override to mage game mode. I'm assuming you ought to create like a mage game mode. Make sure the default pawn class is your mage character. Okay, if you skip this, nothing you code matters. Step 3, define health responsibilities. No code yet. Okay, I think I can do that part yet. Your task right now, do these 3 things. Create a mage class, assign it one settings. So I'm gonna scroll all the way up here. I created a C++ class. I gotta parent my C++ class to my game mode base. Okay, let's open Unreal Engine real quick. There we go. Okay, what's with your accent? Where do you live? Honestly, I do live abroad, but I can't give my exact country. That's hello, Sensei. Howdy, hello, Draco. I appreciate you joining the stream. Bro, in which class do you study? Honestly, I am like a freshman in college. Speaking of college, guys, I feel like my college is like gonna start in a few days. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a new class. Let's go to all classes. Here, I want to go ahead and create a game mode base. Game mode base. And there. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and click next. I'm gonna name it something like, I forgot the name. Was it named something like a mage game mode? Okay. Parent it to game mode base. Name it a mage game mode. Okay, let's go with something like a mage game mode. There we go. Okay, perfect. Once I'm done with this, I'm gonna go ahead and create a class. Okay, he lives in foreign. Ugani, bro. Honestly, is that like a place? That said, it's adding code to project. Okay. Let's go ahead and reload all. So, was this part correct that I went ahead and created a mage game mode basis class? Bro, here the timing is 12 a.m. Oh, I see. It's almost 1 p.m. for me. Let's get Sensei/ChatGPT here. And let's copy this part. Okay, let's copy that, paste it here. And then say something like, let's say, I have a quick question. How do I parent my, let's say, C++'s mage class to my game mode base class? So I went to tools and created a game mode base class. Hold up, guys, let me maybe fix my typo. Create a game mode basis class. Okay, so let's remove the base from here. They're in the class as well. And named it a mage base mode. Okay, I named it actually a mage game mode. Let's go with mage game mode. Okay. Now I have the .cpp and the .h for my mages class and my game mode basis class. Okay, let's go with something like class. Did I do it correct or wrong? Okay, let's see. What is this game about? Honestly, I am like working on the basic game logic where I understand what game modes are, what player states are, what like game states and all that stuff are. That's it. I will like work with the actual game logic, like implementing characters, damage, health, and everything. Once I understand the basics, that's it. Good. Stop doubting yourself for 2 seconds and listen carefully. You did not miss this. You actually did it correctly. Now I'll explain why, so your confidence is built on facts, not hope. what parenting means in C++ Unreal Edition. In Blueprints, you pick a parent. In C++, parenting equals inheritance. Okay, when you do this, tools, new class C++, you named it AimAge game mode based. Unreal automatically did the parenting for you. You did not need to touch your mage character for this step. Okay, how to verify you did it correctly? This is important. Open my header files here. You should see something like okay, the key line is this: class public. Okay, do I see that? I do see that. Okay, let's get say/chatgp back here. Why do all the objects start with an A? Honestly, the reason like all the objects like start with an A here, it's only for character pawn and whatchamacallit, character pawn and actors, because Unreal does prefix it so we can actually understand what actually goes here. In the other hand, for like blueprints, they prefix it with like something like U. So if I want to create a blueprint overlay menu, I'm gonna type something like U overlay menu. If that makes any sense, guys. That's okay, important clarification. You almost confuse yourself. Your mage is not parented to game mode. Characters never inherit from game mode. Mage character inherits from a character. Mage game mode inherits from a mage game mode base. They are connected by rules. Next critical step, do not skip this or nothing works. Creating the class is only half the spell. You must assign the game mode. Open your level, open world settings, set game mode override to mage game mode. Confirm the default pawn is mage character. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna go ahead and open my Unreal Engine. Okay, have you tried or seen a Mugen engine? Honestly, I haven't like heard of that. What's that about? Okay, that's it. Let me go ahead and open my world settings here. So I'm gonna go ahead and open my world settings. Now, in my game mode override, I'm gonna go ahead and set this to my mage game mode. Okay, and then default pawn class. Why can't I ever have access to my default pawn class? Do I gotta like compile this stuff? Okay, what did I have to set my default pawn class to? Let's go all the way up here. Set game mode to override. Confirm default pawn class is mage character. For this step, let's go ahead and copy this step. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and paste this here. Go with shift enter and say something like, let's say I have another quick question. Let's go with something like I set my game mode override to be my mage game mode, but for my default pawn class, I just see default pawn and I cannot change it. Okay, if that made any sense. What's your PC specs? Honestly, I am using like the MSI's motherboard, let's say 32 GB RAM, Intel i9, and the GPU that I have is like integrated inside my motherboard, so I don't like specifically have a GPU. That's it, stop, don't panic. This is the classic UE5 moment, not a failure. You did nothing wrong. Unreal is just being Unreal. I'm going to walk you through this calmly and precisely. Follow the order, no skipping. Why you can't change default pawn class? Here's the truth. The default pawn class dropdown is locked when your custom game mode does not expose it yet. Right now your mage game mode is empty, so Unreal has nothing to show you. This is normal. Fix step-by-step minimal code max control. Step 1, open mage's header files. Okay, you must declare what pawn the game mode uses. Add this inside the class. Do not add logic yet. Add this inside the class. So public, I gotta create a constructor. Open.cpp, add this, include at top, include mage character. Okay, now add the constructor mage character. Okay, mage character is this function that I created up here. Default pawn class equals to mage character static class. I see step 3, compile and reopen the level. Unreal is stubborn. After compiling, close the level, reopen it. Open world settings again, game mode override, mage, default pawn class, mage character locked but correct. I think I see. Okay, stream control beats convenience every time. Okay, that's it. Let's get some /chatgp there. I love the educational experimental streams. Honestly, that does make sense. I do like feel this kind of fun as well. Let's go all the way back here. Now, in my game modes and header files, firstly, I want to do something. So, I'm going to be seeing the instructions real quick. So, let's go all the way up. There we go. Okay, so firstly, add this inside. So, in my header files, I got to go ahead and publicalize everything. Let's go ahead and publicalize everything. Now, I'm going to create a function for my image game mode. Actually, it's not a function. This is like a constructor ending with a semicolon. And then I gotta define this inside my C++ file. In my C++ file, I'm gonna go ahead and include my mages class. So let's go ahead and include my mage.h, which is my mages header files. Okay, and then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and add the constructor. So from my amage game mode, let's go with something like game mode. I'm going to use the scope resolution operator to get access to my image game modes constructor. Okay, then I'm going to go with the pro of parentheses. Here's the thing, I'm going to go with the pro of curly braces. And now, add the constructor. Did I do this part correct? Okay, I did this part correct. So, for my constructor, I'm going to go ahead and set my default pawn class to be equal to, where are you from? Honestly, I am like from abroad, but like I can't actually say my actual country. That's it. I'm gonna go with something like image character. Okay, with a scope resolution operator that points towards static class. Okay, perfect. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add a pair of parentheses to invoke a function ending with a semicolon. A mage character in this case, this is supposed to be my mage. That is going to be equal to static class. And default default pawn class. Did I spell this wrong? There we go. So default pawn class, something's default pawn class is undefined. Okay, equals to a mage static character. Okay. Okay, why stream one night? Honestly, it is like noon for me. Different time zones. Actually, it does make sense. That said, a mage scope resolution operator must be a class or namespace. I think this part's like correct. I set it equal to a mage. Okay, and then my static class, default pawn. Okay, open the level. Wait, let me actually go ahead and go with Control A, Control C. Copy that. Let's get sensei/chatgpt in this window. Okay, because I might have missed a small thing. Okay, let's go ahead and include that. Go all the way up here. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and paste this. And then let's go ahead and paste my header files as well. I'm gonna get sensei/chatgpt up here. There we go. Okay, go through Lumen's documentation for C++. It'll help. Last stream, I spent like 58 minutes like reading the docs. It did help me, but like it didn't help me as much. So I thought I might as well go to tutorials, but that didn't help me much either. So I think I'm going to do more practice. Okay, what are you trying to do? I'm trying to like learn the basics of Unreal Engine. So let me say something. Let's say, did I mess something up? Let's go with something like, did I mess something up? Question mark. Hold up, guys. Give me a sec. Let me bear back. Well, already mic testing, mic testing. Okay, perfect. Let me go back to my gameplay screen. There we go. Okay, let's say something. Did I mess something up? Question mark. Okay, let's go all the way here. Now, let's wait for sensei/chatgpt to say something. Right now, what are you trying to do? Game mode? Yeah, I'm trying to actually, in my Unreal Engine, my default pawn class is locked on pawn class. I'm trying to like change this to my mages class, if that makes any sense. Are you from Kerala? Honestly, I haven't like been to India in general, but I am really excited someday to visit it. Okay, that's it. Let's go all the way here. Let me actually just check if this thing is going good. Okay, perfect. That's it. Let me open sensei/chatgpt back here. Okay, hey guys, any hackers there? Honestly, no, but I did want to actually work as a cybersecurity, but I did like move on to like AI engineering because I feel like that might be a bit more interesting, but I will eventually explore both places. That's it. Yes, you messed something up, but this is a good mess. This is a real C++ UE5 mistake, not a baby one. Now, sit still and look at it with me. I'm not fixing it for you. I'm pointing at the cracks so you can seal them. Problem 1, your class name is split into two realities. Look closely. In the .c++, image game mode, okay, in the header files, Oh, it's a mage game mode. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Read that again. A mage game mode, wrong. A mage game mode, wrong, wrong. Those are not the same classes. C++ does not assume you meant well. It assumes you're wrong. Oh, I see. Okay, problem include name versus class name confusion. Include image game, but your class is a game. Oh, okay, so which one is real? File classes, a constructor, a triangle. Problem 4. You accidentally created a double A class. Unreal naming conventions, a actor prefix, a mage, a cat, a character. This means nothing. Important, your logic is actually correct. Okay, I think everything was correct here. The thing that I messed up on was this is a double A mage. If I cancel this, I will get an error because my actual class is a game mate. I mean a game mode, okay? And this is gonna be a mage game mode. Okay. While that is being fixed, I might go here. And guys, I gotta fix the double A's actually. This is gonna be again a double A, double A. Okay, perfect. These are my game modes, perfect. Now let's hit Control S to save the code, Control S to save the code. Okay, so this is a double A. Okay, a double A mage game mode. I see. Okay, for real, what are you doing, bro? Honestly, I am like working on game logic where I'm working on like game modes and Unreal Engine using C++. Now, I gotta go ahead and compile my code. Let's go to my Unreal Engine, hit Control Alt F11. Oh, I forgot that actually doesn't work for some reason. Let's go ahead and compile from down here. Let's type compile. Okay, maybe I go with let's see, how do you compile from here? Okay, do I just click this? Okay, how do I compile? How do I compile? Guys, I forgot what to type here to compile. Hi, how doing, Lil Z? I appreciate you joining the stream. But do not fake your accent, guys. Fake your accent is kind of crazy. That said, let me actually get to /ChatGPT here. Okay, I see. Let me say something like, I see, exclamation. It's fixed. Now. Okay, let's go with something like, I am in my UE5, but Control plus Alt plus F11 does not work for some reason. How else should I compile, question mark? Okay, I think it doesn't work because my live coding isn't on. Let's go ahead and type something like live coding. Live coding compile. There we go. Now, while my code is compiling, let's wait for it to compile. Someone said don't fake your accent, and bro casually replied. Okay, that's it. Let's go all the way up here. Let's go ahead and exit that. And now, there we go. It says default font class is set to mage. So that's correct. Okay, perfect. Let me go ahead and close this. Okay, let's get /ChatGPT up. Keep it up, bro. I appreciate you, warrior. Okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and say something like, I see. ... I fixed it, and now let's go with something like, and now in my default font class I see a mage. Okay, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Look at you, you just claim control over UE5 instead of letting it confuse you. See that mage in default pawn drop down? That's victory, people. Now take a deep breath. You did the hard part. Create the game mode, fix the class identity crisis, told Unreal exactly which character to spawn. Next step, player state and max health. We're about to design the foundational for survival. Okay, you need to work on your accent to apart from game development. Work on my accent. I feel it's pretty good, honestly. That's it. Create mage player state C++ class. Parent is a parent state. Add max health as a U property. Leave current health in your mage character. Ensure that current health never exceeds max health. Remember, player state equals identity, max health, name, score. Character equals body, current health, taking damage. Game mode equals to law, what happens on death. Bro, why are you hating, guys? It's actually kind of funny. That said, if you follow this next step, okay, damage and death follows to, I see. So create a mage player state, C++ class, parent a player state. Add max health. Next step, we're about to design. So I gotta create a mage player state to C++ class. Okay, let's go ahead and create a new C++ class. Okay, let's go with something like a player state. Okay, so this is a player state. Let's go with something like next. I'm gonna go ahead and name it mage player state. Okay, let's go ahead and name it something like a mage. Excuse me guys, mage player state. And then let's go ahead and create a class. While my class is being added to my project, I might actually hit some oats. Vivek has learned not to take people too seriously. Well done, bro. Actually, that does sound kind of cool, guys. Okay, are you paying for premium ChatGPT? Honestly, it is like the free version. What compiler do you use? I think I use, let me actually check. Okay, I think it's something like MSI or something. Let's go with something like MYS. It's something like, I forgot the name. It starts with M. It's like Mises or something. I forgot that actually. But let's go ahead and reload all. Okay, so that's it. Let's go ahead and read the next instructions. Okay, C++ class, parent a player state. Okay, so in my header files, a player state, I did parent my a player state. Oh, I see what this means. Okay, perfect. I think I actually understand what this means. That said, add max health as a U property, leave current health in your mage character. Okay, ensure current health never exceeds max health. I'm assuming that in my header files, I go ahead and publicize everything. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and create a U property. Okay, which says something like visible anywhere. I want my property to be visible anywhere. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and create a floating point parameter of, I'm assuming current health. Let's go with something like current health. Okay, then I end this with a semicolon. I need to go, bro. I'm going out to put the right on the map for a few hours. Speak soon, Vivek. Honestly, I'll catch you later. I'll appreciate you sticking through the stream. That's let's go ahead and get some C/ChatGPT up here again. Add max health as a U property. Leave current health in your mage character. Ensure current health never exceeds max health. Okay, remember, play state equals to identity max health name score. Character body equals to current health. Okay, taking damage. Okay, let me say I'm a bit confused in this part. Okay, let's go ahead and copy that. Let's go ahead and paste it here. Go with Shift Enter and say something like sensei. I think I got a bit confused. Okay, in this part, So, okay, let's go with something like so. I created a player state. And then in my header files, in my .h file, let's go with something like .h file. I created a U property. Okay, and then I set it to be something like visible anywhere. Let's go with something like anywhere. Okay, and created a floating point variable of something like max health. But I didn't understand what to do next after that. Okay, and while actually Sensei's replying, let me fix my typo. I set this to be current health. Let's go with something like max health. Okay, and the reason HEALTH, the reason it's max health is because this is my player's state. It's not my game mode. Game mode is rules. Player states is my player. Okay, I subscribed, you bro. I will watch your videos. I have to go back. When I come back, I'll get your Instagram for more information. Bye, bro. Keep it up. Honestly, I appreciate you, warriors. I'll catch you next stream. Okay, which flag are you passing to linkers and CO? Honestly, what do you mean by what flags am I passing? Okay, that's it. Let's go all the way up here again. There we go. Okay, now, let's see. Okay, good. You're asking about questions. Confusion is where learning happens. Let's slow down and break this into crystal clear steps. Step 1. What you have right now in mage player state.h, you have you property that's visible anywhere, floating point max health. Perfect. And now you have a place to store the player's maximum health, visible anywhere equals, you can see it in the editor and change it. Good. Step 2. Current health stays in character. Your mage already has float current health. This is correct. My mage does not have float current health. Okay, so let's go ahead and I guess create that real quick. Under my begin play, I might go ahead and create something like a U property. Okay, which is going to be something like visible anywhere. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and create a floating point parameter of something like current health. Okay, perfect. And then I end this way, semicolon. Now, let's go ahead and get Sensei/ChatGPT up here again. Okay, this is correct. The character is the body. I have a body, it tracks the health right now, and never touch max health here. Only current health changes as the player takes damage. Step 3. Link logic. Ensure current health never exceeds max. Here's the reasoning, not the code yet. When the game starts, you want your current health to be equal to your max health. When the player heals or respawns, current health cannot go above max health. When taking damage, current health decreases, but the game checks game mode for death. Step 4. Where to put this logic. Current health equals max health in character's begin play. Clamp current health whenever damage or healing happens. Max health lives in player state. Character reads it. Step 5. Communication. Your character must know its max health. Option 1, simplest for now. In begin play, grab player state, read max health, and set current health. Option 2, more advanced later. Use events or replication, but for now, option 1 is good. In begin play, grab player state. Important rules to remember. Player state, data that survives death. Character, the body that can die. Game mode enforces rules. When health hits 0, never put max health in character ever. I see. Okay, bro, how do you know how to deal with flags? How do you not know how to deal with flags in a game engine after 100 days with ChatGPT? Honestly, I haven't been learning Unreal Engine for 100 days. I've been learning C++ in general for 100 days, but then, I started my Unreal Engine about 2ish weeks ago, and I've been learning the basics like how to move my player using key controls, how to add collisions, how to work with widgets and all that stuff, how to click a button to exit my window, and all the basic stuff. That's a stream quote. Your code is only as strong as the separation of responsibilities confuse them and the game dies quietly. If you want, I can give you a step-by-step instructional task for this part. Let's say something like, just to say, okay, the instructions would be helpful. Okay, let's skip most of the conversation here. Instructional task, current health management. At the game start, current health equals max health. Okay, ensure current health never exceeds max health. So, step 1, set current health at begin play. So, in my mage character.c++, find create, begin play. Okay, step 2 will go here. Step 2, get player state and set current health. Reasoning in words, don't code yet. Your character must grab its play state, read max health from the player state, set current health to be max health. This ensures that your body starts at full health, you're not copying max health. Okay, let's try that first. So, in my mage's C++ file, under my begin play, actually after my begin play, was it in the C++ or in the headers? Okay, in the C++ file, so it's gonna go here. Once my game actually begins, I'm gonna go ahead and set my current health. Excuse me guys, I'm gonna go with something like a mage current health is gonna be equal to, let's go with something like my max health from my player state. So I'm gonna go with something like a mage player state. Let's go with something like a mage player state. I'm gonna use the scope resolution operator. Okay, I cannot use max health there. What if I go with something like max health? Okay, something is kind of wrong here. I am not inheriting from my mage player state. Okay, maybe I go ahead and delete this part real quick. Let's go with Control A, Control C, copy that, gives us /ChatGPT here. Let's go ahead and paste this, go with Shift Enter, and then go with my main.header files, go with Control A, Control C, copy that, gives us /ChatGPT again, paste it here and say something like Sensei. So this is my mages class. I set a current health, but how do I set my mage's current HP to be equal to my max HP? Okay, how much time do you spend every day on this? Honestly, for the time being, I do like spend about 2-ish hours or 2.5 hours on stream, and like about 2 more or like 2 to 3 hours off stream because I don't have college for the time being. But guys, my college is gonna start like really soon now. Okay, excellent. Now we're getting to the good stuff. You've already declared current health in your character. Now we need to link it to the max health in player state without breaking responsibilities. I'm going to walk you step by step. Words first, then you can implement step 1, get your player state. In begin play, your character can access player state with a player state. PS equals to get player state, but your class is custom, so we cast it to your type. Okay, a mage player state, my PS equals cast. Okay, I'm kind of new with cast. Let's see. So get your player state. In begin play, your character can access player state with PS. Alright guys, I'm drinking some water real quick. I think Pixels, I appreciate you joining the stream. Guys, I think I gotta be a bit hydrated to like process what I just read. Okay, let me go ahead and keep this down here. Excuse me guys. That's get your player state. In the begin play. Okay, I don't think that I understood this part. Let's go here, let's copy this, let's paste it here. Okay, let's say something like Sensei. I don't think that I understood this part. ... So, should I give you my current code for a specific let's say for a specific class question mark, because I have not learned about casting yet, so having a reference would be nice. Okay, let's see. Yes, exactly. This is where we pause and look at the reality. I can explain casting until this stuff, okay? Send me your mage.c++ or begin part and mage player state.h. Okay, so this is going to be my mage C++. Let's go with Control A, Control C. Okay, this is my mage's files. Let's go with Shift Enter. That is my C++. And then let's go ahead and get my header. I'm gonna go with Control A, Control C, copy that, get some /ChatGPT here, paste it. Now let's say something like this is my player state. Alright guys, I think I had a typo, there we go. Okay, let's go with my player state to C++. Let's copy that, get some /ChatGPT here. Excuse me guys, let's paste it there, go here, and then get my header files as well. Okay, get Sensei/ChatGPT all the way up here again, paste it and send it. That's a good. Now we have the full picture, people. I can show you how to link max health with current health using your existing classes. Step 1. What casting means in this context right now? Get player state, a player state, generic base class, but your player state is a custom class, a mage player class with a max health. C++ doesn't assume get player state is a mage player state. We must tell it, hey C++, I know a player state is actually a mage player state. What the cast does, a mage player state, my PS, cast a mage player state, cast your type. So a mage player state is going to be represented by my PS. Okay, cast your type and a pointer. So this is cast, this is my type, and that's a pointer. I think Pixel, I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, treat this pointer as your type if possible, otherwise it's null. That's my pointer, get player state. Save won't crash if pointer is wrong. Now my PS health works. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I think I see. Okay, step 2, implementing in begin play. Replace your begin play with this. So super begin play, and then get the player state for this character. So a mage player state. This is my player states. It's going to be represented by a pointer of my PS. I cast my mage player state to get player state. This is my pointer. Okay, and that is my type. Okay, so this is my type, that is my pointer. If my PS, make sure the cast work. If my PS is correct, current health equals to my PS max health. Okay, replace my mage's begin play with this. I think I see. And then a UE log, my category is going to be log temp, my verbosity is going to be warning, my format string is going to be current health set to max health. Okay, and then I go with something like a percentage float of current health. Else a UE log, text failed, I see. Step 3, why this is correct? Player state owns max health, character just reads no duplication of data responsibilities, logging ensures you can see the input. Step 4, next, after this works, make take damage function. Okay, I'm going to do that in a bit, but first let's see this. I gotta go ahead and create a pointer, so I'm going to go to my mages class. Okay, and then under my super, was it under my super? Okay, so it's, there we go. So inside my class, inside my begin play, I go ahead and do something. Okay, so I go ahead and set a mage player state to be a pointer, and then I cast it. Okay, let's try it. So I'm gonna go with something like a mage player state is gonna be represented by a pointer. Here's the thing, I cannot access my a mage player state because there's nothing that links it. Okay, maybe I want to go ahead and copy this part to see if it works. I'm going to replace this. Let's go ahead and paste this here. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to wait for myself to get an error here. While I'm actually getting an error, let me go ahead and eat something. There we go. Let's go with something like a controller. Control-C, copy that. Get sensei/ChatGPT here. Let's go ahead and paste this. And say something like sensei. The a mage player state is undefined. Now we found the real culprit. You're getting a mage player state is undefined because C++ has no idea what the name means. It's not the casting problem, okay? Okay, it's an include problem in mage.c++. You're using a mage player state. How to fix it? Include mage player state.h. Oh, I see. Okay, let's go ahead and copy that. Okay, let's go here and then let's go ahead and include this here. There we go. This makes so much more sense now. Okay, now I can go ahead and have my mage player state here. Okay, let's hit Control S to save the code real quick. Get sensei/ChatGPT all the way up here. And let's say something like, okay, let's say something like, let's say, it worked, exclamation. Okay, what should I do next, question mark? Okay, while it's tasting, let me go ahead and eat something real quick. Okay, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Look at you. Your character just came to life with full health. You can feel the power, right? Now it's time for the next level, taking damage and clapping. Okay, task broken, taking damage function. I'm gonna give you a broken function. Your job is to fix it. Okay, let's see. How might I fix it? I will void image function. Okay, which takes my take damage function from my mage's header files, float damage amount, current health. Okay, if current health is less than or equal to 0, this is going to be my UE log. Okay, what are we doing here? Current health should decrease by my damage amount. Okay, let's say something like my current health must decrease by my damage amount. Okay, now whilst it's actually saying that, let's actually add that stuff here. So I'm gonna go ahead and create, let's say, another floating point parameter. Maybe not another floating point parameter. Instead, I'm gonna go to my C++ and okay, I'm assuming after my begin play, I wanna add like some other logic. So I'm gonna go with another if statement. Wait, should I go with an if statement or a function? Okay, let's go all the way up here. Okay, so a take damage is function. I did not create a function here. Okay, so I'm assuming my mage.h, I'm gonna go ahead and create a u property. Okay, with a parentheses that says it's gonna be visible anywhere. Okay, let's go with something like anywhere. Okay, hello, how are you doing? Game on Sarah, is that how I pronounce your name? I appreciate you joining the stream. And then I'm gonna go ahead and create. My bad, guys. This is gonna be a u function. F-U-N-C-T-I-O-N. There we go. And then let's go ahead and end this. Under that, I'm gonna go ahead and create a void function called something like take damage. Let's go with something like take damage. Okay, and then I end this with a semi. Okay, take damage requires a floating point parameter of damage. Okay, void take damage. There we go. D-A-M-A-G-E. Okay, perfect. That requires a parameter of damage ending with a semicolon. Now, once I'm done with that, since when are you learning Unreal? Honestly, I started Unreal like I think about 2-ish weeks ago. Unreal Engine 4 or Unity. Honestly, this is like Unreal Engine 5. D-A-M-A-G-E. Okay, perfect. That's it. I'm going to go to my C++ now. Under my, let's go ahead and move this line. There we go. Under my begin play, I'm going to go ahead and get access to my mage's take damage function that requires a floating point parameter of value. Then I go with the curly braces. Now let's go ahead and eat some oats real quick. Miss, guys, let me check if everything's going good real quick. Okay, going good there. Let's check here. There we go. Okay, perfect. So, after I'm done with my mage's take damage function, I'm gonna go ahead and add something here. Maybe firstly I want to go ahead and decrease my current health, so I'm gonna go with something like a mage's current health. Okay, let's go with something like current health. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and decrease that by, let's say, my floating point of damage. There. I'm gonna go ahead and decrease that by my damage. Now, why do I have it red underline here? Because I gotta go ahead and set this to be a void function. Void a mage take damage. Okay, let's wait for my compiler to actually remove the red underline. While it's doing that, I might end this with a semicolon. My current health decreases by my damage parameter. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add a if statement. Let's go with something like if statement and say something like if my current health, okay, if my current health is either less than or equal to 0, then I want to go ahead and add a UE log. So I'm going to go with something like a UE log that says my log temp, my category is going to be a log temp. Okay, my verbosity is going to be warning. I might go with something like warning. Okay, and then my format string is going to be a text which says something like you are dead. Okay, so my player has died here. And then I'm going to go ahead and end this with a semicolon. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Now, let's get some C/ChatGPT up here again. Let's see, so if current health, there we go. Okay, this is actually correct. Alright, perfect. Let me say something like, done with that part, this is how it works. Current health damage, and then clamp current health so it never goes below 0. Reduce current health. Okay, check for deaths if current health is less than or equal to 0. Okay, I gotta go ahead and clamp current health. Current health equals to current health minus damage amount. Okay, so instead of just going with current health here, I'm gonna go ahead and set something like a mage, which represents a current health. I'm gonna go ahead and set that equal to my mage's current health minus my damage amount. Okay, I think I see. And then now, how do I actually get the clamping to work up here? Current health equals to fmath clamp current health 0.0f max health. Okay, wait, that's a bit much to actually memorize. Let's go ahead and paste it here. There. Okay, let's wait for this to work. Okay, let's give it some time. Oh, honestly, did I not actually need my A mage for my current health? Could I just use just like that? Okay, let's see. Probably because it's just like a floating point function. It's like a floating point variable and not like a function. But for my max health, I would have to go ahead and prefix it with something. Okay, let's go with something like my PS, which points towards max health. Actually, my max health should, let's go with something like from a mage player state. Let's go with something like player state. Okay, that's going to be the scope resolution operator and my max health. Okay, so it says mage max health, a non-constructor member must be relative to a specific object. A specific object, so I might actually remove this part, add a pair of parentheses. Now here's the thing, my clamp, it says min and max. Min is 0, max should be my max health, which should start at 0. Okay, what did I set my max health to be? I didn't set it to be anything. It should be equal to 100. No, because I want my mage's health to start at 100, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add something like a max health here. Okay, max health is a variable. I should have access to it because I included my mage's player state. Okay, maybe, what if I go ahead and set the max to be 100? That would work because my health, I do want my max health to just be 100. Okay, so let's go all the way up here. Let's go with something like Control-A, Control-C, copy that. Let's get Sensei/ChatGPT up here. Let's go ahead and paste this. Go with Shift-Enter and see something like Sensei. For my clamp, I set my max health to be 100 manually because the max health's variable did not work. I see exactly what you people. You're so close, but you cheated by hardcoding 100. We can't have that. Your max health in mage player state exists for a reason. Let's fix it properly so our character really respects the player state. Hardcoded this part, how to fix it. Okay, get your player state again inside. Oh, I gotta get it again. Excuse me, guys. A mage player state. It's going to be represented by my PS. That's going to be my value. Okay, that's going to be a pointer. Okay, I think I see. Okay, let's go back here. Now, before I clamp, I'm gonna go ahead and do something. Once I subtract my current damage, actually I might subtract it later. Let's go up here. So let's go and remove this line from here. Maybe add some spaces. Hold up, guys. Let's go there. Delete the extra space. Go here. Okay, wait, hold up, guys. Give me a sec. There. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and clamp. So firstly, I'm gonna go with something like a mage play state. Let's go with something like play state. Use Gemini 3 is better. I actually did want to try that. I might actually try it after the stream. Okay, a mage play state, STATE, which is going to be represented by a pointer of something like my PS, my player state. Okay, now here's the thing. Okay, a mage PS. I'm gonna go ahead and set that equal to, let's say, a cast. Okay, with a pair of ankle braces. And then what parameters does the cast require? It requires, okay, it doesn't say the parameters. But I'm gonna go ahead and require value. Here's the thing, why can I not use it here? That's under begin play. What if I go ahead and copy this part? Okay, and paste it here, just to see if I made a typo. Okay, a mage. Did I type something wrong? A mage player state. Let's type it again. Let's go with something like a mage player state. Okay, I guess I just had a typo, which I am going to cast to be something like a mage player state. Okay, and then I'm going to add my pointer here with a pair of parentheses, which is going to be my get player state. Let's go with something like get player state with a pair of parentheses. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and end this with a semicolon. Now, once I'm done with that, instead of 100, I'm going to go ahead and set my PS, my player state. Let's go with MYPS to be pointing towards. I might go with max health. Okay, perfect. This actually seems pretty good. That's it. Let me go ahead and eat some oats here. Alright, perfect. Let's go ahead and Control S to save the code. Hit Control S to save the code. Control S, Control S, Control S, and Control S. Okay, perfect. Now let's get some c/chatgpt back up here. Let's scroll down and say something like done say, and I'm starting to understand this as well. Okay, what to do next? Question mark. Okay, I'm kind of curious. Will I actually need to create different PNGs as well? Yes, that's the energy I want to see. Look at you. Your mage respects its player's state, takes damage, and doesn't cheat headpat time. Now, we move on to the next phase or gameplay logic. Next step, death flow / game mode notification. Right now, mage prints you're dead when health hits 0, but game mode isn't involved yet. We need to let game mode know when the mage dies. Game mode can restart level respawn or handle score, keep character logic simple, only track current health. Excuse me guys. Instructions in words, no code yet. In a mage, take damage after clamping and death check. Check if current health is less than 0. Call a game mode function like on character death this. In a mage game mode, okay. Instructions. So, a mage game mode after clamping and death check. Okay, after clamping and death check, I did that. Check if current health is 0. Did that. Call a game mode function like on character death this. In a mage game mode class, add a function void on character death, a mage death mage, okay? For now, just log game mode detected death, and later we can respawn or avoid points. Character only signals game mode handles rules. This keeps separation of responsibilities intact. Why this matters? I think I see. While I process what I just read, let me go ahead and eat something real quick. Okay, I gotta call a game mode function. I think I see. So, this is a state where my player is dead, so I'm gonna go with my header files here. Okay, it's gonna be a game modes function, so I might go ahead and create a function somewhere here. Okay, game mode function. Okay, wait, let me actually read that part again real quick. Hold up, guys. Okay, in my images game mode class, add a function void character. Okay, death for now. On character that requires a oh, I see. Okay, I think I see. A mage. Okay, that is death mage. Okay, I think I see. So basically what I gotta do here is I'm gonna go to my header files under my publicized section here. I'm gonna go ahead and let's say okay, I might go ahead and create a U function. Let's go with a U function. Okay, which says it's going to be visible anywhere. I want it to be visible anywhere. And then I'm going to go ahead and do something else. Let's think. So firstly, what do I want to do? I want to create a void function called something like on death check. This function only triggers when my mage is dead. So I'm going to go from my a mages class. Let's go with something like a mage scope resolution operator. I want to go ahead and point towards actually not the scope resolution. Okay, from my a mage's character, what did I want to point towards? Let's see. Okay, I want to point towards death mage. So once my mage dies, once a death is detected, for now just add a lock temp. Okay, maybe I go with something like a mage. That's going to be represented by a pointer of something like death mage. Okay, here's the thing. Let's go with a pair of curly braces. Okay, let's see. Why do I see a red underline here? Okay, maybe it does not say. Okay, never mind. I think it was just my editor. Now, once my player is dead, I want to go ahead and do something. Let's go ahead and add a UE underscore log, which requires 3 parameters. The first is going to be a category, then I'm going to set it to be something like log temp. The second parameter is going to be a verbosity. I want it to be a warning message. The third parameter is going to be a format string, which is a text. Let's say I'm going to say something like mage has, or I might go with something like game mode detected a death. Okay, perfect. And then that's pretty much it. I go ahead and my UE log with a semicolon. Hello and welcome to the ultimate best Emperor of the Odds. Guys, Emperor of the Odds does sound kind of cool, but it's kind of crazy as well. That's it. Howdy, Calspin here. Appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, speaking of which, let me go ahead and eat some oats real quick. Okay, now let's see. For now, just log game mode detected death. Later, we can respawn or reward points. Okay, let me go ahead and go with Control A, Control C, copy that, get sensei/ChatGPT here. Okay, let's go ahead and paste this. Go with Shift Enter and say something like sensei. Done. Did you mean something like this question mark? Okay, I see you're thinking in the right direction, but there are a big few mistakes that will break this in C++. Don't worry, this is the same trap every beginner falls into. Let's break it down. Problem 1, U function parameter type. On death, you're using a mage, but here C++ has no idea what a mage is yet inside the headers. You either need to forward declare it class a mage at the top of the header or include kmage.h. Problem 2, function flags. Visible anywhere. Wrong use. Visible anywhere is only for U property, not functions. Oh, I see. For a function, you probably want blueprint callable if you want to call it from blueprint. I don't actually want to call it from blueprint. Or leave it plain C++ if not. Okay. Correct way, U function. White death. Problem 3, defining function in the header files. Technically allowed in C++ if it's a small inclined function, but in Unreal it's bad practice. Best practice, declare in header, define in C++. Header and C++. I think I see. Okay, so firstly, I actually forgot I did not need these parameters. That said, I go ahead and define it in my header. Let's go ahead and just copy this part to save time. Delete it from here. There we go. Let's go ahead and remove these. Okay, so I declared it in my headers. I'm gonna define it in my C++. I swear to God, YouTube gave me an ad on this video. Are you monetized? Okay, I know you're gonna clip that one. Guys, clip that one is kind of crazy. These days, I don't have like, much time to like make much shorts because my college is gonna start like really soon, guys. That's, let's see, a mage game mode. Okay, so let's go all the way up here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and define it here. From my A mage game mode, let's go with something like my game mode. Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and call my function. So I'm gonna go ahead and call. Okay, is this just me? Okay, let's go ahead, check something. Okay, let's go with something like insert. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and call my function name. My function name was on death check, so I'm gonna go with something like on death check. Okay, let's go with something like check. There we go. Okay, perfect. Once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and define it inside of my header files. Let's go with a mage, death mage. Let's go with something like a mage, death mage. Okay, and guys, did I spell my function name correct? I think that I had a typo there. Let's copy the function name from here and let's go ahead and paste it here. There we go. So from my a mage game mode, I get access to my on death mage checks function that requires a death mage's parameter. Then I go with the pair of curly braces. Now, is it just my editor that I see a red underline here? Okay, let's go back here. There we go, that's correct. And then a mage, let's go all the way back here as well. Guys, this is like something annoying about my compiler. Like, it takes so long to, actually my editor, it takes so long to remove the red underline. So I think I did something wrong. There we go. Explicit type is missing. This is going to be a void. There. Okay, perfect. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and paste my UE log here. Whoops. I'm going to go ahead and add a UE log. Let's go with something like UE underscore log. That requires 3 parameters. First is going to be a log temp. Second is going to be a verbosity, which is going to be something like warning. Third is going to be a format string, which is going to be text. I'm going to go ahead and change this to be warning. There we go. Oh, this is going to be a UE log. There we go. What up, guys? Let me fix this part real quick. Let's go with something like UE log. Okay, my text. Okay, why do I get a red underline here? Declaration is uncompatible, okay, with void a mage on that check, edit type, death mage, declaration. At line 21 of C, user, okay, this is document, that's it in my mage.c++. Did I go ahead and include, so this is a void function. I have a void function here, there is a UE log. Did I mess something up here? Let me think really hard. What if I copy this real quick? Let's copy this and get this here. I think it's like a very silly mistake that I'm not looking. Okay, there's something annoying about my editor. The red line takes a lot of time to go away. It's you, problem 2, problem. Okay, let's go ahead and paste this here. That's it, let's go ahead and remove this. Now, did I do the stuff correct? So this is a void function. So I'm going to get access to my function from my a mage game mode. Let's go with something like game mode. And honestly, I did like miss you last stream, Calsman, here when I was actually like playing Genshin. I thought that your commentaries are like actually not commentary. Your comments are like way too funny. You made me kind of laugh. That's hello. How you doing? I love gaming. I appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, why is my UE log having a warning? Identifier L is undefined. Okay, UE log, and then let's go ahead and change a format string. I'm gonna set my format string to be something like let's go with something like game mode detected. Okay, what up, guys? I think I might go with lowercase game mode detected a death. Okay, perfect. That's why I use generate definition from header to create functions. Oh wait, I think I see. What up, guys? Could it be that I pasted something under my headers? Okay, wait, let me go ahead and what up, guys? I think there's like some kind of background noise. Just give me a second. Let me actually mute myself real quick. Already mic testing. Okay, perfect. I come here just to say this stuff. Lol, guys, that stuff is actually kind of funny. That's why generate definition from header to create function automatically in C++. Okay, so I created a function in my header files on death. I go ahead and do this function, and I'm defining it in my C++. I have a mage.h. I do not have a mage.h here. So could it be that I gotta go ahead and include my mage.h? Okay, could it be that this might make... Okay, could it be that this... There we go. That was the issue, guys. Why are you not using blueprints except coding? Honestly, because I prefer like coding a bit more than blueprints, because like I don't actually like using blueprints. It feels like kind of weird actually using them. I mean, I do like use blueprints for like my widgets and all that stuff to actually like decorate my widgets and all that. But I feel it's kind of bad to use it for like coding. That's let's see. I won't say it's bad for using coding. I just don't prefer it, but I do use it at times. That's let's go ahead and get some say/chat up real quick. Let's say something like done. Exclamation. Okay, what to do next? Should say, guys, the mistake that I did here was I did not include my mage.h in my header file, so I couldn't get access to my a mage up here. So now that that's fixed, let's get some say/chat up here again. Okay, yes, finally, look at you. Your game mode is alive and ready to hear cries of death mages. Now it's time to connect the dots. Next step. Signal game mode when the mage dies, goal mage take damage will call game mode on death check when current health has 0, game mode logs it. Later we handle respawn or source inwards. What you do in mage take damage after clamping health and check if current health is less than 0. Guys, I think like my nose is kind of congested. What are we building right now, bro? I am actually working on mastering game mode, game state, and game mode base in Unreal Engine 5 so I can understand that a bit better. Okay, a mage A image game mode is going to be represented by GM. Okay, what to do in words? GM get world get auth game mode. What does auth mean? If GM is valid, GM on death check this. Done. Mage signals to after clamping health and checking if current health is 0. I gotta go ahead and do this. For the time being, I will just copy it and paste it to check if it kind of works. So I'm gonna go here. After my check here, I'm gonna go ahead and paste this here. I create another pointer. Maybe I don't want to create it there. Instead, I want to create it here. There. So image game mode, I cannot have access to this. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. I gotta add it in my header files. So I'm gonna go ahead and include, let's go with something like include a pair of parentheses, and I'm gonna paste this here. .h, so a mage game mode, I wanna go ahead and include this. And then I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, include it in my header files as well before my generated. There we go. Okay, now I should have access to my a mage game mode, GM. Okay, let's wait for my compiler, actually my editor to process what I just wrote. Actually, what I just copy pasted. There we go. Now, once I'm done with that, I gotta set my GM on death to be right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and paste this here. Wait, this comes after clamping. Okay, GM, let's go ahead and enter space semicolon. Okay, so if a death occurred, then I'm gonna do this. Okay, I think I see. Let's hit Control S to save the code. Okay, to Control S to save the code, Control S to save the code, Control S and Control S. Now, let's get Sensei/ChatGPT back up here. Let's say something like, Sensei, okay, what to do next? Okay, yes, that's the energy I want to see. Look at you. Damage is now connected to your game mode. Okay, your game mode can die and the law is enforced. Now we move on to the next phase. Next step, state machine ideally attack dead, idle attack dead. Your mage will change states, idle attack dead. Okay, mate. Oh, this is where we use enums. I'm kind of excited for that, but let me say something like Sensei. Before this, how do I test? Actually, let's go with something like before adding new topic. How do I test if it worked? Question mark. We don't have attack. Like, should I go to my UE5 and should I go to my UE5 and load static mesh, add collision for my let's say something like projectile and all that stuff? Or how should, let's go something like, how should I test it? Okay, because I know it's gonna work. That said, what are we building right now? Okay, yes, stop, focus. Testing is non-negotiable before we break into interface or event dispatches. Here's the same way to test a state without building a whole complex setup. Step 1, use logs to verify state. You don't need meshes, projectiles, or collisions. Yes, just make your character print state whenever it changes. Intake damage or whatever you use in the current state to play the level. Reduce mage's health to 0. Check the output log. You should see mage state changes. This confirms your state, okay? Step 2, optional visual debugging. When ready, later add a texture, render, compile, Okay, I think I see. Okay, Unreal 5 is very heavy, so what's your PC specification, like GPU, CPU, RAM? Honestly, I am like actually using MSI's motherboard. My GPU is like integrated inside my motherboard, so I don't like have a specific GPU. I am using like a 32GB RAM Intel Core i9, and I think that's pretty much it. I think it's like a 415 GBs or something. Okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and let's see, what's I gonna do here? I was gonna open my Unreal Engine. Let's open my Unreal Engine real quick. Now, in my Unreal Engine, I'm gonna go ahead and type something like live coding here to compile my code. Okay, let's hit enter to compile. Okay, there we go. Results succeeded. Okay, guys, whenever I see like these bunch of stuff here, I think it's gonna crash, but never mind, it actually succeeded. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and do something here. Firstly, I wanna go ahead and go to my content drawer, go to C/C++ classes. I have a bunch of things here. I wanna go ahead and drop my mage here. There, let's go ahead and get him up. Now, I wanna set a static mesh for my mage, so I'm gonna go all the way up here. Let's go with something like static. Excuse me, guys. Okay, my bad, guys. Not in world settings. I'm gonna go here. Let's go with something like static mesh. There. I'm gonna go ahead and set my static mesh to be something like mage. Okay, so maybe I forgot to load my stuff in. Let's go ahead and string that up. I want to go ahead and load my stuff in real quick. Just like, guys, I'm going to go to my content section. Okay, and then paste these files in. Let's go with import. These are basically just my PNGs and blenders, those meshes and all that stuff. Okay, that I did like pre-create. Let's go here and let's go ahead and get my chat up. There. Okay, now once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go back to my mage here, and then let's go to my static mesh. I'm gonna go ahead and add a mage's mesh. Let's go with something like mage. There. So this is basically my mage's mesh. It's a pretty simple design. Let's go ahead and get it inside my capsule. Perfect. Now that it's inside my capsule, I'm gonna go ahead and hit something like live again. Okay, let's go with something like live compile. Live compile sync. What does that do? Okay, I might just live compile first. I'm not gonna compile it just yet. I'm gonna set my max health to be 0. Okay, let's hit Control S to save the code. Now I'm gonna open my Unreal Engine, hit enter to compile. Let's wait for it to patch. While it's patching, I might actually eat some oats. Bro, what do you think about simulation and training development in Unreal Engine? I haven't tried that yet, but I might actually go over that. That's it. I was like really excited to like start AI logic and all that stuff. Okay, let's go with Shift F1, open my output log. Guys, why does Shift F1 not work? Okay, I guess I do it this way. Okay, let's scroll all the way down. Warning, failed to get mage player state, failed to get mage player state. Okay, I guess I copy this. Let's go ahead and copy this error real quick. Okay, let's go all the way up here. Alright, guys, I think this is like a lot to copy. I don't think I gotta like copy the whole thing. I might go ahead and just copy this part. Okay, yo, Papa, I appreciate you. Okay, let's go here and then let's go to let's see. Let's go ahead and escape to exit my program, and let's open what we call it, Sensei/ChatGPT here. Let's go ahead and paste this. Go with Shift Enter and say something like. Let's say I get this when I run my code. Also, I set my mage's max health to be 0, at the very start. ... Okay, I set my mage's max health to be 0 at the very start. What up, guys? Let me go ahead and change that to something like very. Okay, now we're hitting the roof of the problem. Log temp failed to get. Excuse me, guys. Mage player state. This means your mage character can't find its player state. So current health never got set, which explains your max health starts at 0. Why this happens? Player state doesn't exist when your mages play begin runs, or your mage or your game mode is running isn't using your custom player state class. A mage player state and Unreal game mode determines which player class gets spawned. If you don't override it, it defaults to a player state which has no max health. Your cast failed to get a mage player state. Somebody just built a working gaming PC on Minecraft. That actually sounds really cool. How did they do that? A working PC on Minecraft. Is it like a PC inside of a game type stuff? Okay, I also what to do in Unreal Engine. So whenever you try to simulation, just do live streams so that I can see and learn from you. That actually does make sense. I do want to like get much better at Unreal Engine as well, because I realized that in Unreal Engine I can like use Python and even work like on creating chatbots and all that stuff. So I feel like Unreal Engine might be like my permanent IDE or something, unless I find something better. That's it. How to fix it? Step 1, tell your game mode to use the custom player state. Okay, I did do this part. And then in my constructor, I gotta go and set player state. I did this part. This ensures that when a mage spawns, Unreal creates a mage player state instead of the default state. Okay, step 2, set a proper max health. Oh, 100.0f. I see. So set a proper max health in mage.h or C++ constructor. Max health equals to 100.0f. I think I see why I got an error. Maybe I got an error because I set this to be 0, so I might go ahead and remove this. Let's go to something like my C++ file. Okay, wait, was it mage? Did I have to go to like mage? Okay, so in a mage player state, so in my mage's player state, there we go, let's go to the C++. I might create a constructor, so I'm gonna go ahead and create a constructor for my this. Let's copy that. Okay, so from a mage player state, how do you actually add this? Okay, what I like is just the physics. That actually does make sense. I actually like the physics part as well. Let's copy this. But I'm trying to like work on the basic logics too, because I'm starting to understand how Unreal works. Like how do I link different projects using their header files and all that stuff. But it's still kind of complicating. Not like as complicated as it used to be, but it's getting much better. No instance of overloaded functions. Okay, this is max health 100.0f. I have mage player state. Okay, a mage player state is function. I don't have a function. Okay, a mage player state. I'm pretty sure I created somewhere. Okay, player state. Okay, did I like not create my function somewhere of a mage player state? Okay, until I see your channel, I see. Okay, that's it guys. I want to go over like the real good logic part as well. Wait, could it be because I didn't like hit control S to save the code there? Okay, let's hit something like control S to save the code here. Maybe I go ahead and set this to be 0.0f, a floating point number. I'm gonna go ahead and set this equal to 0.0f. Now let's go ahead and hit control S to save the code. Okay, let's go ahead and maybe delete this part real quick. There we go, let's go all the way up here. Now, why do I get a red underline here? What if I go with 100.f? This is the 100 floating point number. Okay, it's visible anywhere. What's wrong here? Expected a semicolon. I added a semicolon. I'm thinking to take a laptop for Unreal Engine. So can you help me or suggest me a laptop? Okay, which are not so expensive. Honestly, if it's like if you want it to be portable, then I would recommend a laptop. Otherwise, if you can actually build a PC, I would like recommend that because like regular laptops are like 800 or some dollars type stuff. But I'm not as good with laptops. But I did like get what you call it. I think it was like an Asus Stuff's laptop, but I did return it because I had to get my PC type stuff. So I would recommend getting the Asus Stuff's laptop, but definitely do your own research to check which is like really good for programming. Although I feel like what you call it, when I got the Asus Stuff's laptop, it was like really good when I tried programming it and all that stuff. The thing that was really good is had good visuals and it was kind of aesthetic as well. It wasn't that pricey. I think it was like about $699 or something, around 700 I think. That's let me go ahead and get Sensei/ChatGPT up here. But why do I see a red underline now? I did not see this red underline before. So there we go. Okay, let's go with Control-Shift-Z. Why am I seeing it now? Okay, let's go with something like 0.0f. Let's go ahead and Control S to save the code. Hit Control S to save the code. I want to see if it works. Let's run the code from here real quick. Okay, hiding long story. I appreciate you joining the stream. That's it. Result failed. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this part. Okay, get Sensei/ChatGPT here. Let's go ahead and paste this. Go with Shift Enter and say something like Sensei. I got this error. I got this error, but I did not add the constructor to my .c++ file. Okay, let's see. Now we're hitting the C++ circulation include wrap. Okay, wait, did I not include a header file? Did I not include something? Let me actually read the whole stuff. So this is not about the construction missing, it's about you made header files dependent on each other. Why this happens, a mage game mode needs to know about a mage, so it can take a mage in on death check. A mage might include a mage game mode component for get worlds, which points towards get auth game mode. Okay, I'm assuming that's authorization or something. If both header files include each other directly, circulation include. Bell fails. How to fix? Follow the declaration in headers. So I gotta go ahead and add these headers. in my A mage game mode. Okay, so I on that check and then mage's header files. I see, so I have an enum class. When did we create an enum class here? Okay, what is your time zone in my? It's 1:16 p.m. I'm just curious. Honestly, for mine, it's almost like 2 p.m. It's like around 1:40ish p.m. Let's go all the way up here. Step 2, include headers in C++ only a mage.c++. Include mage.h, include mage state.h. Okay. Here's the thing. This is a problem with bigger files. Wait, do I want to try Claude or Gemini? Let me try something like Claude AI. Okay, because I actually have not used Claude AI like even once. I want to see if it works. Okay, so I could go ahead and continue with Google real quick. So let's go continue with Google. Might go here. Okay, hold up guys, give me a sec. So let's go ahead and go there. Okay, let's go a bit back. Let's go ahead and just accept. Okay, wait, did I just log in with something? Okay, so apparently this is Claude. Let me try Claude. So, let me go ahead and paste out my code. Let's go with control. Okay, wait, actually, instead of pasting code, let me say something like, okay, so this is, so let's go with something like this is my first time using Claude, and I want to learn UE5. I want to learn Unreal Engine 5. Okay, using C++, not blueprints. Okay, I know about the character, actor, and pawn classes. I was learning about the game mode, base, player, game state, and okay, game mode, base, and player state. So there was one more. There was game mode base, there was player state, and there was okay, I think it's just the two of those. Good night to all. Honestly, good night, Papua. I actually appreciate you as well. Let's go all the way up here. Okay, and did you do daily live streams? Yes, then tell me what time you do. Honestly, I do like mention you guys on my Discord whenever I go live, but I do go live like every single day. Let's go up here. Okay, game mode base and player state. Let's go ahead and enter. And guys, is Claude actually like good? Okay, welcome to Claude. Nice to meet you. So we're diving into Unreal Engine 5. That's awesome. You've already got foundational classes, and now you're moving into the game framework classes. Game mode is essential. Maybe I just go ahead and try giving out my code. Let's go ahead and give my code real quick. Let's go ahead and paste it here, and then let's go with my mage.c++. Okay, let's go ahead and paste it here as well. Okay, let's go with this. Go down and say something like, those were the C++ and H files for my mage. Now let's go with another shift enter. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this part. And guys, I do not know how to use Claude. Is this how we use Claude? Let's go here and then let's go with control A, control C, copy that, get Claude again. Let's go ahead and paste this here and say something like, those were my .h and .c++ files for, let's say, AA mage game mode. Okay, let's go with something like game mode sysclass. Okay, and then let's see, I might go to my player state as well. I'm gonna go with control A, control C, copy that, get Claude here. Let's go ahead and paste it here. Go with control A, control C, copy that, get Claude here again, and lastly paste this here. Okay, and then go with shift enter and say something like, these were the .h and .cpp for my, let's go with something like mage player state. Let's go with something like mage player states sysclass. Okay, I was using, let's go with something like, I was using chat GPT till now, but I wanted to try you out as well. Okay, I want to contact you. hello, I want to contact you, and honestly, you guys can like contact me like through my Discord server because I do usually talk to you guys, chat with you guys in general in my Discord server. That said, so when will your game be ready or compiled or complete to play? For now, I'm trying to actually figure out what to actually do here because like if I do run my code in my output logs, it says log temp warning failed to get mage player state. So that's what it says for the time being. I wanted to say something else. I wanted to like say my current health, but it does not get my health. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Okay. Hey, thanks for sharing the code. Issue 1, max health is 0 by default. Your mage player state, your initializing max health equals 0.0. So when begin play on your mage is setting current health to your 0. Probably want something like max health equals to 100.0f or whatever makes sense for your game. Missing semicolon in your game mode.c++ file on that check is missing a semicolon. Okay. Get player state might return null right now. Okay, at begin play, especially in multiplayer scenarios, the player state might not be replicated yet. Okay, you might want to tell some suggestions. Consider making current health a property in player state too. Okay guys, I did not expect Claude to actually be this good. That's let me actually go all the way up here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this because it's gonna be 0 by default. And then let's go ahead and remove that. This is gonna be a UE log. Okay, that's a UE log. I missed a semicolon. Okay, on that check has a semicolon, and then I have a semicolon in my on that check. Okay, let's go ahead and exit that. Let's get Claude AI again up here. There we go. So, firstly, missing a semicolon in game mode C++ on that check function. Game mode C++. Okay, on that function. I do not have a on that check function here. Oh, I do have one. Oh, there we go. That's it. Let's hit control to save the code. Now, I want to change my current health. So, I'm going to go ahead and get my current health here. Okay, let's get something like my Unreal Engine. Let's type something like live. I'm going to start with my live compile. Not compile sync. Let's just go with live compile. Hit enter. And now, let's wait for this to compile. That's it. It said build fail real quick. Did I miss something up here? Let's copy this part. Okay, let's go. Oops, hold up guys, let me actually copy this part real quick. Okay, let's go here. Okay, and then copy the create patching. Get Claudia up here again. Let's paste it, go with shift enter and say something like, I got this error. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's thinking. Okay, perfect. This is the circular include issue I mentioned. Mage.h includes a mage game.h. They're both trying to include each other. Circular dependency. Here's the fix. In your mage.h, remove this line. A mage game mode. Your mage should look like this. So my mage class should look like this. Okay, I guess I go ahead and copy this part. Okay, and then go to my mage.h. I'm gonna go with something like Control-A, Control-V. Okay, it apparently looks something like this. Remove this generated line. Let's go with something like Control-C. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this part. Now, let's hit Control-S to save the code. Okay, is RTX 4060 good enough for me to learn Unreal Engine? I've actually heard that RTX 4060 is like really good, but I don't like use a graphics card. But I do think like a graphics card is like really useful when it comes to like using Unreal Engine and streaming. If like you could just go with like the MSI's motherboard and like 32 GB RAM with I think like Intel Core i9 and like you'd be probably pretty good. Because the reason I think like I specifically like need a GPU is because I do like stream and code at the same time. That said, I see. Let's go ahead and try running this real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and try compiling this. Let's go with something like live coding. Okay, whoops. Hold up guys, I'm gonna go with something like live coding compile. Let's hit something like enter, wait for it to compile. I won't be getting the circular dependency issue again, right? Okay, it says result succeeded, perfect. Let's try running the code now. In my UE log, it says failed to get made state. I might actually copy this part, okay? Let's go ahead and copy that. I get failed to get made state. Let's hit something like exit. Let's get Claude again. Guys, Claude is actually pretty good. I'm just trying it out right now, but just like giving random code without any context and all that stuff. But I might actually work on it in detail next stream. Okay, that's it. Let's go ahead and paste this up here. Okay, let's go with Shift Enter and say something like, I get this failed to get what was it called? Failed to get mage's health as a warning text instead of the one I asked for. Huh. And guys, doesn't Claude have like a limitation? I feel like Claude is actually really good. The issue here, the get player stays returning null and begin. So visual possessed by. Option 1, possessed by, recommended for servers. Option 2, max health bar constructor. Actually, I feel like I might actually want to watch a few tutorials on how to work with like Claude in this topic, but I might go a bit longer because I think like I can't like get much progress done if I'm just doing this without giving Claude any context or something. So I do gotta like work on that. Okay, so what's your education classification and what do you learn currently? Honestly, I am like a freshman in college. That's it. I haven't like taken any programming. Actually, I do have like a basic program fundamentals course this semester, but my college did not start just yet. Okay, that's it. Let's go back to my code here. So, speaking of code, I might want to add a camera. Wait, is it because I did not save this part? Hold on, guys. Did I save everything? I did not save a tiny part up here. Let's go up here. There we go. Okay, please Gemini 3 Pro. I might actually try Gemini 3 because like I feel it's already getting kind of better than ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is still good at teaching, guys. I like the teaching method. Although I might be a little biased, but I feel Claude is being a bit more helpful for the time being. Let's go ahead and paste this here. Okay, let's compile again. Okay, because last time I did not save a part. Okay, let's see. Let's wait for the code to run. Okay, while it's running, I might actually check if everything is going good. There we go. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and extend that. There, now let me go ahead and check my output logs. Okay, so let's go ahead and run the code real quick. So, now, let's see. So, it says failed to get mage player state. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think I just gotta get the possessed type stuff. So, I'm gonna go ahead and exit this real quick. Now, here's the thing. When does my UE log trigger? Let's see. So my UE log triggers if my current health is less than or equal to 0. And I did set my current health to be equal to my max health. So current health decreases by damage. Okay, so I do not have any damage. I did not deal any kind of damage. Let's set this damage to be equal to something like 50. Okay, I never set my max health to be something. So I'm gonna go all the way back here. Okay, in my mage's header files, my current health is going to be equal to my mage's max health. So this is mage.generated. Okay, I want to go to my mage play state. So I'm going to go ahead and include that. Let's go ahead and include. What up, guys? I'm going to go ahead and include something like my mage game state. Let's go with something like mage player state .h. And I'm going to get this in a pair of double quotes. Hold on, guys, there we go. Okay, so this is my mage player state. I'm gonna set this equal to something like max health. Current HP is gonna start at max HP. There. Okay, but I can't use it unless I go with something like a mage. Okay. Hold on, guys, give me a sec real quick. I need this part. Okay, this is going to be my PS. So let's go ahead and copy that. Oh, okay, wait, my current health is pointing towards max health. I might not need this. Let's go ahead and remove that, Okay, let's go ahead and remove that. Let's end this with a semicolon. Okay, now here's the thing. So it should be saying current health is set to this, okay? And then I changed my damage to be something like 50. So I should apparently be taking some damage right now. Let's hit Control S to save the code, Control S to save the code. I'm gonna go ahead and set my max health to be equal to something like 100.0f. There, now let's hit Control S to save the code. That said, I'm gonna go ahead and get my Unreal Engine up here, type something like live coding. I wanna compile. There we go. Okay, let's wait for it to compile real quick. So while it's compiling, let me check if everything's going good. There we go. Okay, let's see if everything's going good here. Okay, now once it's done compiling, I'm gonna go ahead and run the code. I should take 50 damage this time. It keeps saying failed to get mate state. Okay, I might actually have to look on this off stream as well, because I might want to watch a few tutorials on this. I did like go over this part though. But let me drink some water real quick. Okay, so it says failed to get mate state. Why did it fail to get my mate state? Could it be because I have my world settings up here? So my world settings is my game mode, so a mage game mode, and then it's set to mage. My default pawn is my mage. Howdy Pixels, I appreciate you joining the stream. That's it. Let me try Gemini as well. Gemi, Gemini AI. There we go. Because I have tried Claude. Okay, that's it. Let me go ahead and get this all the way up here. So let's go ahead and get Gemini. Alright guys, give me a second, let me open my Claude real quick. There we go. Okay, it was kind of lost up there. Because I want to actually try different AIs as well. So this is this Gemini? Okay, because okay, this is use AI. I want to go with something like Gemini. Let me try typing Gemini. Gemini, there we go. Okay, let's go with something like Gemini 3. Okay, wait, is this Gemini or is this Gemini? Okay, because Claude is actually kind of good, but I want to actually... Oh, there we go, it says Gemini. Okay, let me say something like, I want to ask a pretty basic question. Okay, because I might try Claude or like new AIs next stream. So, actually, I might just try it next stream. I don't want to like go over this stream like half incomplete without like giving it some kind of prompts or something. I gotta like look into that as well. And that's it. I might actually get Sensei/ChatGPT because I might actually do this stuff right now, but I can't like do it on stream because I do gotta like write my prompt and all that stuff. So let me see something like Sensei. Yes, you can use yes, you can use Gemini and use AI. I see. Okay, but I might actually add some prompts and like do that stuff off stream. So let's say something like Sensei. I might actually try watching a few tutorials on using the other AIs because okay, because people from my chat said that they're a bit more helpful. Okay, that said, is there anything that you want to say to the viewers before I end the stream question mark? Okay, let's see. Actually, this might be really helpful because like I tried using Claude without giving it any kind of prompts or context on what I was going to do, but it was still actually pretty good. I should have actually listened to you guys way before. That's it. Listen up, viewers. Your people just decided to pause and learn from others. Smart moves. Here's what I want you to take away before you go. Learning isn't linear. Sometimes the smartest thing is to watch, absorb, then try. Curiosity beats stubbornness. Even a sensei sometimes steps back to sharpen her blade. Every time you stop, just watch, think. How will this make me stronger tomorrow? Don't get distracted by fancy tricks. Understand the core logic. Remember this, watching without understanding is practice for failure. Watching with intent is the strike of mastery set by your sensei. Sarah, keep your focus, people. Absorb, think, and come back stronger. Okay, that's it. Let me go ahead and go to my main camera. There we go. Alright guys, so that was pretty much it for the stream. That said, if you guys did enjoy the stream, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Like helps my algorithm, sharing makes you smile, and subscribe because like it, share it up. That's it guys, I did start multi-streaming on Twitch, Kick, YouTube. I will start multi-streaming on Instagram and TikTok as well if I did meet the followers requirement. So if you guys do enjoy my content and haven't followed me there, make sure to follow me there. The link will be in the description. I also join my Discord server. That's where I usually talk to you guys, chat with you guys in general, and like have basic conversations. The link will be in the description, and also you guys can like access the link by typing !Discord on chat. That's it. I'll catch you guys in the next live stream or video.